leading the charge to make the 2024 Broker Carrier Summit possible, and we are so excited to have their support. In case you haven't heard, TAFS offers much more than freight factoring. It provides a comprehensive support system for trucking companies of all sizes, specializing in fast and efficient invoice factoring with the ability to pay carriers in as little as 1 hour. And TAFS services go well beyond factoring, offering a fuel card that unlocks major fuel discounts, flexible business loans that are designed to cater to the distinct needs of a carrier's operations, a dedicated, responsive client experience team, and much more. Blackbox Logistics is a 3PL freight brokerage based out of Birmingham, Alabama. Blackbox Logistics was formed in 2020 by 3 friends, Logan Dyer, William Graves, and Will Hopkins, in a basement office with the goal of bringing transparency around the clock communication and hassle-free customer experience to the table. Multi-service fuel card, the industry's first fuel card, was created by an over-the-road truck driver in 1978 to offer a safe, simple, and cost-effective way to handle fuel and trucking expenses. Initially, it addressed safety concerns of carrying cash on the road. Today, it combats advanced fraud with best-in-class technical and personal support. Sales-CRM is built for freight broker and agent sales teams. Manage your shipper prospecting and follow-ups. Organize your carriers in the lanes they run. HD Ships is a leading logistics provider specializing in sustainable and tech-driven freight solutions. With hubs in Reno, Phoenix, and London, we deliver comprehensive services, including full truckload, expedited cross-border, and intermodal freight. Leveraging proprietary technology, we offer 24/7 tracking, real-time visibility, and advanced automation to ensure safe, compliant, and efficient transportation. Our commitment to sustainability enables clients to offset emissions through carbon credits, aligning logistics with environmental goals. At HD Ships, we prioritize transparency, reliability, and exceptional customer service, empowering clients to achieve seamless, sustainable logistics solutions worldwide.
Happy, I guess, hump day.
It's Thursday. Close enough, though. You know, days, time, South America, it all blends together.
I know you can't joke about where I'm at now anymore. I did leave the country.
Yeah, no, I'm going to always probably joke about it. So for anybody tuning in, Matt is joining us from Bolivia for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, nobody got it right. I did a poll. 250 people voted, and 19 I guessed. I put Peru, Colombia, Argentina, and I forget what other one I put. Brazil and Bolivia. Bolivia was last of people guessing. It was 19 out of 250. So
I did not vote or see the poll, but I would have guessed Colombia. Also, I need to address this. I posted something on LinkedIn last night. And you responded with a picture of some nachos, and those nachos looked horrible.
They weren't bad, man.
That was a disgusting.
They weren't bad.
Yeah. Okay.
Not nachos, guys.
Dude, I love nachos. Nachos, I would say nachos and pizza are probably my two favorite foods, just because they're so hard to mess up. It is so hard to mess up pizza or nachos, but the nachos that you sent looked messed up. They look disgusting.
All right. Well, it's not all looks; it's how it tastes. So.
You're right. Well, let's get into it. Shout out to our sponsors. First up, we've got Black Box Logistics, the People's Choice 3PL out of Birmingham, Alabama. I'll let you take HD there, Matt.
Yeah, HD ships out of Reno. Looking to be an agent, love to chat with you. Sales Dash, the OG sponsor, been a sponsor for what, a year and a half? Like even before this show's been going over a year and a half now. It's not hard to believe. Yeah,
it is. I was actually thinking about that last night. It's like, wow, we've been doing this for a while now.
Yeah, time flies. Well, anyway, freight specific CRM. I was just talking to a guy the other day. He was like, yeah, I've heard good things about Sales Dash. If I go with the CRM, I'm going with them, and they're growing. And yeah, reach out to Drew or Josh if you're looking for a CRM.
Yeah, Black Box uses Sales Dash. We love it. Comes pre-built, so you don't have to do too much. They're always making ads in the background. Cool thing about them, a lot of these tech companies, they'll have these really big rollouts, and like it sounds cool or whatnot, but it seems like Josh and Sales Dash have more of a Kaizen approach, which just is small incremental positive changes like day by day. So it's always cool. They're always developing in the background of Sales Dash. And we've got our banner sponsor, TAFS. We had Brooke and George on last week, top 10 factoring company. Very educational content out there on their website, all that good stuff. If you're in the market for a new factoring company, looking to swap or just learn more, definitely reach out to us. We can get you in touch, or reach out to them. Tell them that the dog sent you.
Yeah, 100%. That was a fun show last week too. Oh, we got a good one today too. We have Alex on, and Alex has made a transition from a carrier to broker side. He works for a good friend of ours, Ben, and Hammer Logistics, and I'm sure we'll get into some fun broker carrier topics and see where it goes.
Yeah, he's also in Europe, so we're all over the place this morning. We'll go ahead and bring him on stage. Alex, what's up?
Happy Wednesday, boys.
Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday.
Going on your end?
Everything's good, man. Everything's good. I mean, we got 3 continents going on here, so
yeah,
internet's a cool thing.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, awesome. So, like Matt said,
is that a record?
So what?
Yeah, I think Matt's on.
Is that a record? If we had more?
We have not had more confidence, Matt. I think you're on a slight lag. It must be that Bolivian internet there. But no, I was going to say. So, like Matt touched on before we brought you out, you started out on the asset side dispatching, and then you recently made the move over to brokerage. So I have a similar story, not quite the same. Started in brokerage, went to the asset side with the dispatching company, and then went back to brokerage. And I think that there's a lot of misconceptions kind of on both sides. So, what's your experience perspective on that? Like, what do you see a lot of the carrier companies saying about maybe brokers that's just has not been your experience, or really whatever you want on that topic? Let's just get into it.
Pretty open-ended question there. I mean, let's try to get into the best we can here, right? So, I mean, when I was a carrier, I was guilty of having a distaste towards a large percentage of the bad brokers out there. And then I got into brokerage, and now my opinion's flipped to notice that there's also a pretty high percent of unreliable carriers out there. So, I mean, let's start there, right? I mean, there's going to be good and bad on both sides. I think that having the chance to be from the asset side and get into brokerage to see both sides of the fence has definitely made me a lot more respectful of the industry as a whole, and to be able to see the issues on both sides, and to see that it is a lot easier if we all work together instead of pointing the fingers at each other. So I don't know if that's similar experience that you had getting into brokerage.
Yeah. Yeah, for the most part. I guess it's just I empathize so much more with carriers now after seeing it from the driver's side. Just to be really frank and candid, the brokerage that I started at wasn't super great to drivers. Like, it was just kind of the culture, like stiff somebody on detention, deny them layover, like whatever. Customer is end all be all, and like the carrier is just a means to an end. Like, we need the carrier to make the web, like they don't really matter. And that's super unfortunate, right? I don't think a lot of people would voice that, but I mean, that's like what I was taught to an extent. So, like it just like was like it was like ingrained in us.
Oh yeah, that's just the culture. Yeah, like I mean, I saw it on the carrier side, right? Like I've been through 3, 4, 5, 6 different companies, and I'd be lying if I said I didn't see dispatchers and management in these carriers just treat drivers unfairly. And that was why I came into brokerage with the company that I did and the person that I did it with, because we're a brokerage that pays attention. It just treats carriers like humans. So
yeah,
I'm fortunate in that regard.
Exactly. And so, I mean, that's, like you said, it's really cool to see both sides, because then you have that full spectrum perspective. So when we started Black Box, like that's a big point of ours, right? To treat carriers well. And like the carriers are essentially another customer of ours. We want them to want our loads. Like, we need them, right? But yeah, previously it was just kind of like one of those things. But until I experienced it, being on the dispatch end, like asking for the detention, like this guy just being a dick and ghosting me, I was like, yeah, like, this is crazy. So yeah,
I think brokers expect a little bit too much out of carriers, having never, like, if you've never been on the carrier side of things, it's never been your truck picking up the freight. I think brokers expect a lot out of carriers, and they don't really understand that drivers are humans, and there are like drivers that are just difficult to deal with, right? Like, when you tell the driver, hey man, I'm sorry, somebody messed something up, the delivery is like a mile down the road, that driver will like sometimes just tell you like, oh, like, just lose it on you, And I think brokers don't understand that, like, that happens sometimes. Like, there's humans involved, there's emotions involved. And I think being able to be on both sides of it gives you that kind of like respect towards the broker. And now that I'm in brokerage, I have a way bigger respect towards the brokers, and like, they can lose their customer over one mistake that the carrier makes, which when I was a carrier, I never really saw that side of it, because I kind of thought like, oh, this broker's overreacting. We're like an hour late to one pickup. We'll grab it in the morning type thing, Yeah. And that one situation could lose a broker like millions of dollars on a long lasting customer. So
yeah, relax, buddy. He's just getting a coffee. He'll grab it. Before we get too far into it, want to give a shout out to Hector here, commenting, Matt is the man. Hector's actually making a trip out to Bolivia to kick it with Matt this weekend. So,
bro, I love Hector. He's the greatest dude ever.
Yeah, and then we got Renz here.
It should be it should be a good time. Sorry, I don't know what's going on with my internet today. I feel like I'm on a 15 second delay, so I'm gonna be quiet most of the show.
Oh, good, man. It's that Bolivian internet. And then we've got Renz here, man. I keep forgetting to mention Trio when we do our sponsors. They're not technically a sponsor, but they do our graphics and help us out a lot. And Renz heads up that marketing team. So this cool backdrop, logo, all that stuff, that's Renz and his team, Trio. And also Black Box uses Trio to offshore some logistics positions. So great source there if anybody's looking to get into offshoring, or if you want to get into graphics. They do a little bit of everything. So shout out Renz, your dog. And then, yeah, we can get back.
Yeah, let's get Matt, throw up like 5, like just do this for a second. Let's see, is he delayed only on audio or is it video? It's video too.
Oh, man, dude, that's not bad, Black. I mean, it's like almost 10 seconds. We got another comment here from Krista. Hey guys, hey Krista, thanks for tuning in. Yeah, man, I think that your internet is cooked wherever you are. But that's okay.
Yeah.
It says I have 5 bars here too. It's giving me full speed. That's what I don't understand.
No idea, but yeah, Alex, let's dig a little bit more into the asset to broker just conversation. Let me ask you this: who do you think is, I don't want to like start a discourse, but who do you think is more delusional about the other side's? You know what I'm saying? Like,
bro, it's so equal, dude. Like I don't want to use absolutes because I got flamed for that like 3 years ago. But let's say most carriers and most brokers. So like most carriers think brokers make $1 million on every load, And most brokers think carriers have like zero costs to run a truck for some reason. I don't know, bro. There's delusion on both ends to like great scales, you know?
Yeah, no, that makes sense. It's kind of how I've seen it as well. It's always nice to find some people that are reasonable, right? Those are the good partners, the ones that kind of like start off the relationship or the transaction kind of, like trying to help each other out instead of like we're at war. Because man, like we're not at war. Like we're working on the same load. Like we have the same goals. So like things happen, right? But let's work together, be solution oriented instead of just like immediately like trying to like take each other out.
Well, I mean, I think there's like the external factors that, carriers and brokers try to maybe not really pay attention to, right? I mean, like the housing market's at like a crawl. So flatbed space kind of hurting from that. You have the government shutdown. You just have like so many external economic factors that are working against the logistics industry. And that's external. Nobody can control those. And then, you have carriers and brokers pointing the finger at each other. And it's like, we have to work together to survive these uncertain times. That's for sure.
Yeah, man. Or we could even pivot, right? And we could say broker carrier versus shipper. Get them on the same side, and then just blame the shipper for everything.
Yeah, I mean, I would rather watch that than watch brokers and carriers go at it forever, right?
Yeah, 100%. What are you guys seeing on? We got more comments. I'm gonna throw them up real quick before we get too far. Man, we got a lot of comments this morning. Alex, you must be a popular guest here. I got a comment from Bill. Like to comment, carriers are customers. In my honest opinion, believe a large portion of carrier broker tension is on the line. I think you're right.
I agree too.
We got a comment from Christy here. First time watching, enjoying it so far. I worked on the carrier side, now in the brokerage side, and would love to learn more with y'all. Sounds like a plan. We'll see what Alex can teach us this morning. Alex, rocking as always. You two guys are great. Oh, well. Want to know who he's saying. He's saying two guys, but there's three of us on the screen. Who are we leaving out here?
I don't know. We're just dealing with Matt trying to be involved from his Bolivian internet, dude.
I thought my internet wasn't that bad last week. I was in Bolivia too. I don't understand. Maybe I have to like leave and come back.
No, you're good. It was on a slight lag last week, but it's definitely worse this week. Matt, what's your ETA to the show? What show is he talking about?
Matt's joining the baseball show.
Yeah, I have no idea.
It feels good. I won't even lie, man. I'm gonna just like hijack your show for a second here. Like, it feels so good to be a guest on a podcast and not have to like be the one that's thinking of stuff. Like, you know how nice it is to sit here and just hang out with you guys and like read some comments and just be like wait to be asked. Because I think running a podcast is a lot harder than most people think it is until you start actually doing it.
Yeah, 100%. Also, like doing it live because it's we can't cut out awkward silences or filler words. Something I'm really bad about, which I hate. I don't listen back to our podcast often, but when I do, I say like so much. And every time I hear myself say like mid-sentence, it just, I don't know, man, it's bad.
I think I really got away from that once when I was hanging out with Frey Caviar. We were filming some stuff out here in Serbia, and we had walked out. He's like, the person we just interviewed said like the word like or way too many times. And I remember sitting in the room watching that interview from like the behind the camera and thinking, man, I would really like to not be that person going forward.
Yeah, man. For me, it's one of those things that if and when I'm doing it, I don't notice it at all. But if somebody else does it, I notice it immediately. Or if I listen to myself talking, I notice it. But in real time, don't think twice about it.
Before we get back to broker carrier stuff, I just want to ask Matt, like, how's Bolivia, man? Like, how long are you staying there? How long have you been there? Like, what's going on over there? That's
what
the country.
Yeah,
like, what are you doing?
The internet is a struggle here, as we're finding out. But other than that, it's pretty good. I will say that's why I went there, the poll, because nobody guessed it. And I like places where I can improve my Spanish, and there's not many tourists here. And that's the case here. Almost nobody speaks English, and there's very few tourists. So to me, that's a good city. But the nachos are really good, even though Will disagrees there. But it's gorgeous, too. It's like 80 or 90 degrees out today, sunny. People are really friendly. Yeah, it's a fun spot. It's really safe too. I think it's the second safest city in all of Latin America. So,
Matt, I want to ask, do you just stay at some hotel in these random countries with no plan and then just start exploring side quest style and just kind of like, let's see what we can get into? Or before you go, do you kind of plan? Because if and when I'm traveling, I usually have a rough itinerary, at least of places I'm going to go or things I'm going to do. And I feel like you kind of just are very decide, hey, I'm going to go to this random country in South America and find a hotel and then just kind of wing it.
Yeah. I mean, I wing it, you know. I'm a cradle to grave broker at heart, man. You got to do a lot of things on the fly there. So yeah, I mean, I don't really make a plan.
I'm just proud of you leaving America. I'm proud you got a passport and got on an airplane. I'm like very proud to see your progression from never leaving America to being in Bolivia like daily basis.
I'm proud of Matt for Minnesota.
I think I've been in other countries more than I've been in the U.S. the last year or so, or it's pretty close.
I'd say same, but the minute I left Canada, I never literally went back. I don't know. Once you're in North America, once you leave North America and you see how different life is around the world, it's like it just becomes like an affection to keep traveling. Like,
have you ever spent time in U.S., Aleks?
I mean, when I was a kid, I went to Florida, almost died in a hurricane, and I went to Manhattan a few times because across the border. So that was like my only experience in the state. My mom was born there.
Okay.
So I mean, yeah,
so
not much.
How does that work? Do you have dual citizenship?
So I'm Canadian and Serbian, and my mom's American. So I have to work on my American stuff. But it was always like a beef, you know. So like Canadians and Americans are like they always had that like friendly rivalry going on between like free healthcare and like guns and just like those are random things. And growing up with my mom being American, it was just like me versus her. And I was like, if America's so good, why don't you go live there? Like, why are you living in Canada? And that was always like the thing growing up. And I never really paid much attention to America until I started working in logistics. And it was just always like a beef to me and my mom, like sports teams and growing up, like which country was better.
Yeah.
So I would say it's kind of ironic that I work in the American market now.
Yeah, we got a couple comments I want to throw up real quick. Hector says, grab a shovel. That's hard. Having a podcast is for successful people like you guys. That's pretty funny.
There's always sneak dissing, bro. Like everything he says is just one big sneak diss.
Then Chris says, Minnesota slander will not be tolerated. Chris, I've got news for you. I slander Minnesota every week on this show. I'm going to continue doing it for the foreseeable future. All right, Aleks, I want to ask. So I'm U.S. born and raised, and I've traveled a little bit, but I haven't spent significant time somewhere else. But as an American, it seems everyone in America is very obviously pro-America. But you're always, America is the best country in the world. Like everything is just like slam dunking on other countries. What's the perspective from somebody that's been Canada, U.S., now in Serbia, like looking at it in comparison from a macro level, just in general? Is America spiraling or is America killing it?
I mean, I'm like the absolute worst person. Like Canadians would be the worst people to ask a question like that to, right? Because like Canada's culture is that we don't really have a culture and that we're accepting of everything and everyone, which like that's cool. I like how tolerant Canada is. I like growing up around every culture and getting to like try all their foods and going to school with every possible type of person. It was like a really good experience and it really teaches you, how to be a human. However, I will say after watching America from the sidelines due to my mom and now coming over to like Serbia and the Balkans and going through all of Europe, it's like the patriotism that America and Europe and most countries have for their country is something that Canada is lacking. And I really like watching Americans like fly their flag and just be super pro-American, like Serbians would say, like most of Europe. And I really enjoy that. I used to think it was a little obnoxious as a Canadian and never being somebody that left Canada. And now watching it and being able to experience it firsthand, I think it's really cool, man. I think it's cool to have a love for your country.
Yeah, no, that's well put. I appreciate that answer. We got a comment from Joseph. He says, I'm not sure if this is considered market research, but I'll take it on a Thursday morning. Joseph, everything's market research. If you think about it, you got Matt comparing
There's
Bolivia.
a lot of freight out of Minnesota.
You said there's a lot of what in Minnesota?
A lot of freight. That's why he's talking about he's not sure it's market research. There's a lot of freight in Minnesota.
Hey, dude, we're moving on from Minnesota. Nobody, Minnesota. Everyone wants to talk about Minnesota.
The only thing I know about Minnesota is there's the Sea Boys YouTube channel on like in Duluth or something like that. That's like all the Minnesota knowledge I have.
You don't know the biggest mall in the world? That's what normally everybody guesses. Or 10,000 lakes. Those two things.
I think that's fake news. I really don't think Minnesota has 10,000 lakes. Like, if you look at Minnesota on the map, I mean, if we're counting ponds and maybe like man-made swimming pools, it might have 10,000, but there is no way that Minnesota
Like
has
the
10,000.
puddles after it rains. Like,
Yeah, dude, that's crazy. That's actually one of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard, that Minnesota claims to have 10,000 lakes. You know how many lakes that is? That's so many lakes.
yeah, wait. Just before we get into some trucking stuff, man, I got I forgot about this debate. What do you guys think? There's more wheels or doors in the world?
Oh, whoa, whoa. Oh man,
I forgot about this one, bro. And I thought like there's 18 wheels on a truck. And then somebody said, yeah, but an office chair has 4 wheels. And I was like, man, that's a lot of office chairs in the world.
yeah, I would say there's more wheels than doors.
I would also say that.
Yeah.
What about you, man? Wheels or doors?
That's a tough one. I'm not sure what I would go. I'll defer to Will.
All right, so I'm gonna officially answer for two dogs that we're saying there are more wheels than doors, and then to see what the answer is, I'm gonna ask ChatGPT. Who knows how accurate it's gonna be, but press enter. Let's see what it says.
Speaking of that, Aleks, how many carriers are you seeing your brokerage calling in using AI?
Wheels by a mile. Wheels by a mile.
Wheels by a mile. I think that the carrier side with AI is a lot less prevalent than the brokerage side with AI, from my experience and like the people that I talk to on like a weekly basis. But I mean, it's not zero. It's never zero, right? I mean, AI is being used on both sides. I think it's going to be more interesting in like 1, 2, 3, 4 years. I want to see how that kind of develops. But at the moment, it's a little bit too slow and a little bit too kind of like you can just tell it's a robot. And I think people are getting kind of frustrated with it. But I think the technology has a lot of potential. It just needs to kind of evolve a bit more.
Man, a company that's impressed me in that space, Fleetworks, they've got so when I first had exposure to them, I thought it was broker-centric, only broker agents. But they're doing some stuff on the carrier side, and it's an interesting concept. But they're pulling both broker and carrier and then trying to kind of like connect it in its own marketplace. So consider owner operator or whatever is emptying, hey, Duluth, Minnesota, as if he'd be in Duluth, Minnesota. But just in case, we'll say that he'll call AI and say, hey, I'm emptying Duluth, Minnesota tomorrow, 11/21 at say 2 p.m. like looking for a load to the southeast. Then the AI will connect like all the broker source, TMS, all that good stuff, and then try to pull possible options to present to the carrier. So then take out like any human interaction in sourcing the load, which is an interesting concept, just a different way to think about AI, right? Because it's, at least for me, a different way. So I always think about just the, I don't know.
You know what that sounds like to me? That sounds like when the driver says, hey, dispatch, I'm going to be empty tomorrow at 9 a.m. Can you find me a load?
Yeah,
I don't know, man. I don't know.
But no, I mean, that's exactly what it is, right? But you're replacing the dispatch with AI, and then you'd still need humans to check or X the transaction, like to proceed with it. But that's I mean that's the point, right? It's agentic AI, so replace that human interaction. Who knows what it'll turn out to be? But I did think that was interesting because they are connecting broker and carrier as opposed to most of these companies focus on one or the other.
I don't want to use Fleetworks as the example here. I just want to use it as a vague, generalized question. But it's something that's been really deeply in my mind with all this AI stuff, where it's like they need to connect to your TMS. And it's like, how much information are we actually willing to give to these companies, right? Because like I get a sales pitch like every like week or two, where it's like a cool product and a cool design. It's like, yeah, we just need full access to all of your customers' information and all of your TMS. Like, I don't know about that one, Chief. What do you guys think?
That's tough. I guess there's a lot of nuance to it, but
Slippery slope, bro.
It's
interesting.
It's a super slippery slope. But at the end of the day, I guess at least for Black Box, me and our company stance, and I shouldn't do this. I shouldn't speak for the organization as a whole because I'm actually I don't know enough about this stuff to really speak on it intelligently and give a hardline answer like what our stance is. But when I think about it, immediately my knee-jerk reaction is if this vendor, whoever is able to get data from other larger companies and it's going to benefit me, Black Box, which is maybe like a 50, 60 million a year broker right now, They have so much more data that's going to benefit us more than our data is going to benefit them. So, like I would almost be willing.
That's a sick argument. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
like you said, I think you hit the nail on the head. None of us are like super qualified to be talking about
Yeah,
it.
we're a bunch of just freight bros talking about AI way over my skis. Have no idea. I had an AI guy in here talking about the other day, throwing around all these acronyms. I'm over here like Googling while he's talking so I can follow along.
Yeah, I did an interview with Loads. I can't remember what was it, Load Partner, maybe the owner of Load Partner, creator of Load Partner, and I think I understood like 10% of that conversation.
Yeah, I'm not super tech savvy. I can get around on our softwares and all that stuff, but anytime we get into integrations and people start talking about mapping, all that good stuff, I gotta step out and like pass it off. I just don't fully understand it. So again, disclaimer for anybody listening on my take for AI, I'm not a tech centric individual. I'm a novice, so don't go run around saying that Blackbox doesn't care about data. I don't know our stance on it. Bill says AI for now cannot develop anything new. It relies on material already created. I don't know. I have no idea. I guess it sounds good.
For now, too, is the key word of that, too.
Yeah, true. I will say, I think that it can maybe predict stuff. It can use that data, recognize patterns, and give you better educated buckets to make decisions from. But can anybody really, I don't know, create something new? It's almost
let's get into some stuff we know about, man. We're just
Drake says the good old Bates. It's wild that we're agreeing more and more on posts. LOL. So, this one's
hey, man, I've taken all my beef and buried it with a shovel, dude. Like,
he said Matt's still trying to figure out his Wi-Fi. Yeah, that's funny. I've never heard that. Yeah.
I didn't even know how to read that for a second.
Yeah. Maybe I shouldn't have thrown that up. I don't know, but we're live, so it's too late. Man, let's get back to freight. So, what's your day-to-day look like with PGT? Like, what are you doing? Like, are you recruiting agents? Are you building out offshore teams? Are you like what are you doing?
Bro, that was the funniest comment I think I've ever seen. Jason I just called him yesterday for some advice on being a carrier. He's the funniest dude ever. But as far as my day-to-day, man, with PGT, PGT Northside, I should say, to make that very clear distinction. We are PGT Northside. That is our team. That is our brokerage. My day-to-day looks like building, our teams like out here. So we started out pretty small and we've just kind of rapidly ramped that up. That was kind of like my main thing. And then sort of just getting into like whatever I can help the team with, right? That's our mentality out here. It's like all of us are working towards growing this business, growing this brokerage, and wherever we can fit in, right? Sitting on this podcast is something that's benefiting us and, the marketing and doing videos and just meeting people and forming connections, because being out in Europe and having the ability to travel, I've been to Mexico for some stuff. And it's like just connecting the dots and seeing where certain people can help us, where we can help them. And like you said, obviously building the offshore teams was a big responsibility, but we've got that kind of hammered out. And business is growing, man, week by week, and we're just plugging away with it. Easy stuff,
Nerf says, "Is this a relationship advice talk show?" Nerf, I'm not. I don't know. Honestly, we go live. We go live once a week, and then things just start happening, and it goes forever. Alex, no, that's very cool. I remember when Ben hired you. It was one of those moments where I was like, "Damn, like I should have done that." I was like, "That makes so much sense."
Yeah, honestly, I won't even lie. Like so this is how me and Ben kind of met. We met because of Matt and me had the podcast, and then he came on the show, and then we kept in touch. And I was helping him quote some like power only stuff because I was a power only carrier at the time. And I remember that day when he's like, "Hey, just come be a broker." I was like, "What do you want me to do?" He's like, "I don't know. We'll figure it out." And we figured it out, and it worked out really well. And I think it was a really good decision for all of us involved. And I think that we grew larger and faster than we both thought we would. And it just worked out, man. I don't know how else to say it, right? Like things just fell into place how they should.
That's one of my favorite things about Ben, at least from my communications with him and what we've talked about. He seems to be very action oriented, right? Like if he has an idea, he's not afraid to put like follow through with it, right? And like, man, that's so I like to think I'm that way as well. But if and when you get certain places, there's a lot of things that can slow down processes, and there's so many people that talk about things, and then they want to like have a meeting about it, then another meeting, then talk to like 8 people and send like 6 emails and create 3 threads. Ben's kind of just like, this is a good idea. I trust my gut, and like I'm gonna do it.
No, I would agree that Ben is the type of guy that just has like full self-confidence in himself, and he's not afraid of the consequences. You know, like he's not afraid of failing, and I think that's what's allowed him to grow and build so quickly, and at the quality that he's done this at, right?
Yeah.
Because he's the type of person that, like you said, if he thinks it's a good idea, he's just going to do it. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be all that red tape. Doesn't have to be all that corporate stuff going on where it's like you said, 7 meetings and 7 people to advise on things. It's just things get done. And,
Hey, to that point, and I'm going to roast Ben slightly in a completely friendly way. To that point, Ben's the only person I know that lost money with a truck in 2021. I don't know everything about that, but one time we were texting about, I don't know, potentially like getting into the asset game, and he said something. He's like, I'm like the only person in the United States that lost money with assets in 2021. So
I gotta ask him about that. I actually gotta ask him that. So that was like a thing me and him have actually talked about. Like at some points, we're like, oh, we should just get like a bunch of assets, and we just never really did it because we were busy doing this broker thing.
He got some. He had done the trailer thing for a minute. He had some Conestogas branded Hammer Logistics. I don't know if you guys are still doing that. I mean, that's a great example, right? You're just like randomly just buy some trailers. You know,
I think in trucking, man, there's like no wrong way to do trucking. If like, I think this is like the principle. If anybody wants to take one thing away from this podcast that I've said, it's that you can't lose money in trucking if you communicate very well and just do what you say you're going to do. Like in any capacity, brokerage, assets, like anything, like any part of logistics, if you just do what you say you're going to do and let everybody know how it's going along the way, like you will succeed in this industry. It's not like rocket science.
Yeah, I'm glad that you built off of that, because you said there's no wrong way to do trucking. Then you kind of like took a beat. I thought you were going to end it at that. I was about to, we're going to have to remove this guy off the show. $3, 1 pod. Shit Wi-Fi. Matt is not locked in. Matt's locked in. He's over there.
No, I just had to leave for a second because they started knocking on my door and they were talking in Spanish. And
they're knocking on his door.
I told them, no necesitas limpiar mi habitación en este momento. And they were trying to ask me like when they were coming back. And I was saying, it means like I think they're trying to clean my room.
Is it dirty?
No, like change the bedding, like what they, that kind of thing, what they do in hotels.
I don't know. I just stay in Airbnbs. I think I stayed in a hotel once in Mexico, and like that was about it.
I wish that we could put a GoPro on Matt's head and just like get the marketing team to watch the full 24 hours. I don't want to sit there and watch 24 hours Matt with a GoPro, but I want them to clip the interesting things and then put it together like as a montage and be like, day 2 in Bolivia, and just like anything like weird that Matt does, like these side quests or like interactions, which is no context, and put it on the Two Dogs page.
You guys should just leave it live at all times. The GoPro Matt stream, just leave it like 24/7 streaming.
That'd be great. All right, we got another comment from Nerf. Alex, can Americans become double brokers inside of Serbia? Like double broker a load from Novi Sad to the brokerage landscape inside of Serbia.
Brother, I know 2 Serbian brokers, and neither one of them really deals with any freight inside of Serbia. They just deal with like Europe freight. So I mean, if any American wants to come here and try to double broker a load, I don't know. I guess you're free to try. I don't know how to answer. I don't know what kind of question that is, bro.
Well, this is a good topic to get into briefly. What's the transportation landscape look like in Serbia? So from my understanding, most countries it's very concentrated. You don't have as the U.S. market is so decentralized, right? Like so many people are a part of it. You got the owner operators, small fleets, all these brokerages that take part in transportation. But again, from my understanding, other countries, it's 2 to 5 players that control all the transportation. What's it like in Serbia? Do you have freight brokers?
Yeah, so I mean, if we want to go over it in the quickest possible way, it would basically just be like there's a few mega carriers out here that are obviously like send most of their operations, dispatch, backend type of things over here. I would say like 2 to 5 mega fleets, and then you have like a bunch of small ones like minus 50 trucks type of companies that just kind of have like these small offices all like spread out throughout the country. And if we want to get into brokerage in the American market, it's like very small. There's like a couple companies. I've always said that Serbia is very carrier based, very carrier focused. And I mean, not to say we don't have any brokerages that have operations here, but it's like much smaller than the carriers.
Yeah, that makes sense, I guess.
No, I mean, okay, so like if we want to talk about outsourcing, I just made a post about it yesterday, right? Because like outsourcing is obviously becoming increasingly popular since 2021 days. I would say that the Balkans are doing it at a very high level. I would say that there's going to be bad outsource operations in every walk of life. I mean, you call your cell phone company, you're going to be mad that they outsourced that conversation, right? But I think that Serbia is one of the countries that's doing it like at a pretty solid level. I mean, there's like not very many bad operations out here. I think the training across all the companies out here are very similar. The way that they operate, the way that they train people, and I think it's really easy for the people to kind of learn the industry. I think like we just have like a really solid training program. Like it doesn't matter what company you get hired at in Serbia, they will teach you the basics of the job. And I think a lot of our carriers have really good communication. Like, so that's something when I came into brokerage, I started seeing spot market carriers or like, load board carriers. They just don't like reply to emails or phone calls or like a lot of them. Like that was something new to me because I never really saw that happen in my own companies.
No, I mean, I will say, so I'm pro offshore, right? So black box offshores in Philippines, Serbia, Poland, like we have people all over. And my stance on it is it's not offshoring itself, it's the training behind it, right? So yeah, it's frustrating when it's offshore and somebody doesn't know what they're doing, but that can happen in the US too if you put somebody in that doesn't have the training. Like it has nothing to do with, well, I mean, I guess I don't want to say that absolute statement that it has nothing to do with where they are, but really like the training.
Absolutes crucify. You get crucified.
Yeah, somebody's gonna clip that and just roast me. I'm gonna be on some like Freight Brokers Red. Everybody just slam dunking on me. Who's this black box cat? Knows nothing. But yeah, man, we've enjoyed offshoring. It's been great for our company and yeah, even with the carrier side, like I mean, I hear some people say like, oh, like I don't want to do business with people that offshore. It's like, well, man, like you book trucks that have offshore staff. Like you're probably dealing with people offshore and like you have no idea.
That was my point. Like I made that point too. Like if you outsource correctly, nobody should be able to notice, and that's very doable and very possible. And I mean, yeah, like you said, to your effect, you can deal with somebody that doesn't have a clue what they're doing, sitting in America, sitting in Serbia. Like people are gonna not know what they're doing. It doesn't matter what chair they're sitting in.
Yeah. So when Matt and I did the panel at Broker Carrier Summit, and one of the we opened it up for. See, I said but we opened it up for questions at the end. And one of the questions was from a woman with an asset carrier. And she said something along the lines of, we have trouble with our offshore staff. Like, how do we disclose to people that we're working with that we have offshore without them like getting upset or something? And my answer was, and again, I don't know if I'm qualified to answer, but my take is that if and when you train them properly, like there's no reason to disclose it. Like they just do their job. Like there's no reason to say like, hey, like I'm like in this place doing this. Like you just handle it. Because I guess they were having issues, and then people would realize that they're offshore and like not want to work with them. It's like I don't think that they're offshore. I think that your people just like don't know what they're doing, and it's frustrating.
Yeah, I mean, it's as simple as that. That's literally the best answer, right? Like I don't think anybody needs to go around saying where their business is, what they're doing. I think it's just about servicing your customers, whether that's shippers, whether that's carriers, whether that's brokers. I think just doing your job correctly. I think that's what I care about. That's what I feel like most of us should be caring about is the job getting done? Is it the job getting done well? Rather than where is the job getting done from and how and like that's the other thing, right? So like we have people in our community on LinkedIn that are like digital nomads, like they're just in a different country every 5 days. Matt's sitting in Bolivia for an example. I'm sitting in Serbia. I don't know why we're so cool with people traveling and being able to travel all they want, but like God forbid that the person was born over there, then we have huge issues,
Yeah, I mean, I'll also say like even going into the man, this is something that I'm really not qualified to talk about, but I'm about to talk about it anyway because, like, why not? It's our podcast and we're live, and I feel like talking about it. Man, I love the cultural differences when we're offshoring. So what I've experienced or noticed with our Filipino staff, they're very loyal and family oriented. So the way that I communicate with them is like much different. Like, I respect how much they care when they mess up. It's just different than an American. Like, sometimes an American in office will mess up and we'll correct it, and they'll have like an attitude, and hurt their feelings, and then they'll be passive aggressive for 2 weeks, and it's like, dude, what the fuck, like, let's just correct it and move on. Filipinos, they're just like, yes, they're like, they understand and they want to do better, like, as long as you treat them with respect. And then, man, our people in Serbia and Poland, they're just grinders. Like, they get after it. Like, I don't ever have to worry about them taking initiative or being proactive. Like, they just execute. Like, they're just built a little bit different for the most part. And like, yeah, US, you can find people like that, but it's becoming like less and less common. Like, a lot of times with the US staff, just to be frank, and yeah, hopefully nobody quits this, but like, a lot of people in the US, in my opinion, are like kind of soft and don't want to work that hard. And our Serbian staff in Poland, like, man, they get after it.
I mean, I said it and I'll keep saying it and I'll always say it, right? Like, I think that outsourcing benefits strongly in like dispatch roles, carrier sales, back-end stuff, accounting, data entry, stuff like that, right? Like, the more support roles, I think that's where outsourcing really shines. I'm not the biggest believer in outsourcing, like cradle to grave brokers and trying to find people to cold call shippers. Like, I'm not an advocate for that. I think we have our lane and we kind of stick with it. What I will say is that if you pay somebody 7 times the national average salary, they're going to come to work and they're going to want to work, dude. You pay somebody minimum wage to do a support role in America, they're going to come and do minimum work for minimum wage. I mean, that's just the economics of life, right?
That's an excellent caveat to everything I just said, right? Like, that perspective and frame, just the utility of their paycheck, right? So we got a couple more comments. I want to throw them on real quick. Matthew says, are any verticals doing well these days, or is everyone burning? ? Woof, woof, rough. Everything's fine, brother.
This guy literally has a meme.
No, all jokes aside, I think that many people are doing well, and there's also a lot of people struggling. So, I mean, Black Box, we had our best month ever last month. I know that PGT Northside, Alex's company, they're expanding, growing, and Matt's onboarding agent. So, man, there's still people succeeding in this market, and yeah, it's tough. It's not as easy as maybe it was post-COVID when there was money everywhere, but you can still be successful, scale, and be productive.
And you have 3 very successful growing companies sitting in this podcast. So
yeah,
answer your question, I guess. So.
Yeah, and also I think that it's important who you listen to or what you consume. There's a lot of people who are just negative on social media and stuff, and yeah. if and when, like, I take that frame, it's a bad market, nobody's adding brokers, like, we just gotta wait until it picks up. Like, I'm not gonna add any brokers or grow or expand. Like, let's just frame the situation where it's going to benefit us and like do what we can to be successful. Nerf, my goodness, man, what is this? Like, you write me an essay? I think the food plays a factor. A Serb will eat I should have betted this before I read it. If there's anything crazy on here, I'm sorry. A Serb will eat cornbread in Sarma and knock off 20 book trucks in a row, and they will slice some Slanina up and drink Slavavica, and then knock off other 20 book loads. I think the food is a major factor why the Serbs are great in logistics/trucking. Comment from a Bosnian guy named Nerf. Balkan offshore is on fire and legit.
All right, so basically he said we eat a lot of hard and heavy foods and drink a lot of homemade alcohols, and that allows us to book trucks better. So, in summary.
Yeah, I appreciate the translation, right? Like,
I would like to say that nobody drinks at work. That's a myth. So.
Yeah, okay. Some people in America drink at work too. People drink at work.
Yeah. I don't either.
I don't drink at all. Another comment from Nerf, and this is in relation to the vertical skyrocketing. PPD, personal pleasure devices, is really good in terms of verticals. Things like
Wait.
There's white boxes making the great apartment.
Well, you're gonna get our show banned on YouTube, man.
Us, man.
Yeah, I connected my YouTube to this. You're gonna get me banned.
They can't kill us. Awesome. Well, guys, we're coming
Second
up on
time today.
My bad. We're live. What do you want from me? Like, what do you want from me? Guys, we're coming up on an hour. Are there any final topics we wanna hit on?
All right, I want to ask you this: first come, first serve. Does it get detention or it doesn't get detention? This guy just disappeared.
I think that it's shipper by shipper, but I think that you need to make that clear with the carrier when booking. So if and when it's first come, first serve, and this customer's not going to pay attention, hopefully I can give them a timeline of approximately how long it's going to wait and say, hey, like this load's not going to pay attention. It's first come, first serve. It could take like up to this long. So it's dressed beforehand, as opposed to like sending somebody in knowing it's going to take like 6 hours and just being like, no, like first come, first serve. If it's first come, does that make sense before I just like keep rambling?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that like every problem in this industry would be solved if people were just honest with each other up front. Just be like, do you want this load? You're not going to get detention. Like, no, I don't. Have a nice day. And just wait for the next truck.
And also, so like being honest, but then also having the information, because like I can't be honest about the load if like I don't know about the load. Like if I don't know what I'm selling you or like how it is or whatnot, I just know it's like point A to point B and I have this much money in it. And I can't really be honest with you because like I don't really know like what I'm doing or what I'm getting you into or me into.
I will say this: my transition from carrier to broker. One time, I sent one of my friends who has like his own trucks. Like I sent him to pick up a load for us, and the container was just not there. And that was my first experience that like the customer just like didn't know where the freight was.
Yeah, man. Sometimes
I was like, it just happens.
Yeah. Also, something that people don't talk about too often is customers. Like not all customers are good. There's some customers who are just shitty, man. Like you probably don't want to work with them. They're gonna make you look bad, or you're gonna have to eat shit on like so much to save face with a carrier. Speaking of sending a carrier in to pick up a container that's not there, this is super random, but I just thought about it. It's funny, so I'm gonna say it. I have a buddy at another brokerage who sent in a Sprinter van for a load that was like 13 feet wide the other day. The carrier it was Fox Carriers. I think we loved it, man. They're our go-to for any Sprinters, but the guy like took a picture of it. It was like, sir, I don't think it's gonna fit on the Sprinter. It's like 13 feet wide, like 60,000 pounds.
Yeah, I mean, we do mostly flatbeds, so we see some funny stuff like that where like we send in a flatbed or like the hotshot ends up at a flatbed load by accident because the customer just like screwed something up, and then like they'll send us the email and be like, yeah, I don't think I could scale this, boys. it's like one coil that's like bigger than their entire equipment that they run.
Yeah, man, and things happen in this industry, right? So it's I mean, at that point, like, what are you gonna do? I can't go over there and like break that load into like tenths for you to take like a little piece. Like somebody messed up along the way. We're gonna get you taken care of with the toner, but like it just kind of is what it is.
Yeah, I think the best advice I ever got was from like one of my owner ops in my first few months dispatching, where he's like, you just got to keep it in motion with no emotion. And like, when problems happen, it's not like, why did it happen? It's just like, what do we do now? Like just focusing on that transition of like, now what, instead of why did this happen?
Yeah, no, that's great advice. Yeah, if everybody could embody that. I personally can't embody that. When something goes wrong, I have to give myself like 60 seconds to just like sit in my own pity and just be like, man, life sucks. Like, this is so bad. Just like throw a real pity party, like just do no solutions, just like completely unproductive for like a minute. And then I'm like, all right, now let's move on to solutions. Keep it to myself. I don't like voice it or like throw in the email threads, like go tell my team, but like I might shut my door and just be like, damn, this sucks.
Just stare at the wall and cry a little bit for like 60 seconds.
Dude, turn off the lights, like play some like Lil Peeps and just like sad music and just really feel it.
Yo, Lil Peep is a vibe, though. I won't lie. Sometimes I'll be like the happiest I've ever been, but I'll be just jamming Lil Peep, pretending I'm sad. Just like, it's the vibe sometimes.
I get that. I'll do that in my office sometimes. People walk by and they're kind of like nervous. I like to work in the dark with like a lamp on. It's just my preference.
Say my office is literally pitch black. Like this is like the only lights that are like just
But people walk by, they'll hear it, and they'll like ping me on the side. They're like, "Hey man, like everything good at home? Like, are you good?" I'm like, "Yeah, dude, it's just music."
I think that's a pretty good place to end it, man.
Yeah. Let's get off here before
we get banned from.
We're gonna end up on Rumble, whatever that is. So Aleks, man, we appreciate you joining us. Go ahead and give us some shameless plugs. Where can people find you? PGT Northside, all that good stuff.
Yeah, man, hit us up if you need flatbed freight. Hit us up if you need help with like false removals through Carrier Defender. Man, that's it, man. Thank you for having me out here, and man, I'll just just keep being two dogs.
Man, we couldn't stop if we wanted to at this point. I appreciate you, man. We'll talk soon.
Take it easy, boys.
Thanks for coming.
That was an interesting episode.
Yeah, that was between my Wi-Fi and our topics and our comments. That was definitely a fun show, but interesting one. Well, shout out to our sponsors, Black Box Logistics, HG Ships, Sales Dash, the OG sponsor, Freight Specific CRM. Hit up Josh and Drew, and our banner sponsor, Taft's Top 10 Factoring Company, Kansas City based, now part of eCapital. Great people over there. Watch our last episode if you want to learn more. And yeah, we'll be back next week.
All right, sounds like a plan. Well, Matt, don't do anything I wouldn't do in Bolivia, and we'll be talking soon.
All right, sounds good.